Hi students, in this video we will be going over multiplying and dividing integers. Our essential question for today is, how is the product and quotient of integers calculated? So, how is the product and quotient of integers calculated? So first let's go over the rules for multiplying and dividing integers, and these are actually very simple. So if you were having any trouble at all with adding or subtracting integers, I think you're going to find that this is much easier. So first, if you have integers that with the same sign, your answer will always be positive. And what that means is if you were to multiply two positive integers, your answer would be positive. And in the same way, if you multiplied two negative integers, your answer would also be positive. So whenever you are multiplying two integers with the same signs, your answer will always be positive. Now with different signs, it says if the signs are different, then the answer will be negative. So if you're ever multiplying two integers with different signs, which means one is a positive and one is a negative, then your answer will always be a negative. So same signs equals positive answers, opposite signs equal negative answers. All right, multiplying and dividing integers. Let's look at a few examples. So -4 times 2. Since the signs are the opposite, that means we're going to have a negative answer. So -4 times 2 would be a -8. On our next one, we have -6 times -7. Since the signs are the same, your answer will be positive. So we have a positive 42. So on number 3, it says a -3 times a positive 5. Since the signs are the opposite, our answer is going to be a negative. So -3 times a positive 5 would be -15. And our last one has two negatives. So a -8 times a -4 would be a positive 32. Pretty simple, not really difficult. Let's look at a few examples with dividing integers. And this is the same rules as multiplying. So -20 divided by 4. Since the signs are different, you'll get a negative. So -20 divided by 4 is a -5. On the next one, -32 divided by -8. The signs are the same, so that means our answer will be positive, which means -32 divided by a -8 is a positive 4. All right, number 3, and this is just another way that you can see dividing integers. You can also see it as a fraction, and that would mean to divide. And you have positive 18 divided by -6. Since the signs are the opposite, you will end up with a negative. So 18 divided by -6 is a -3. And finally, -12 divided by a -2. Since the signs are the same, you will get a positive answer. So -12 divided by -2 is a positive 6. Positive 6. Now let's look at two more, I guess you could say advanced problems, but they're not too difficult. And let's walk you through two more problems and then that's it. So let's say, what if you had one with lots of multiplication? Now remember, start at the left and work your way towards the right. So first, what is -4 times 2? -4 times 2 is 8, or -8. Since the signs are the opposite, you end up with a negative. Now let's focus on -8 times -3. Since the signs are the same, you get a positive answer. So -8 times -3 is positive 24. As you can see, we're just kind of working our way down. And now the signs are the opposite, so our answer will be negative. So positive 24 times -2 is a -48. And that is all. And let's look at one last example. So this one has multiplication and division. And your goal is to try to evaluate all of the multiplication first in the numerator, all of the multiplication in the denominator, and simplify as far as you can go. So first I'm going to focus on -2 times -6 and -3 times -2. So -2 times -6 is a positive 12. So I just rewrite that as 12 times -5. And -3 times -2 is a positive 6. As you can see, we're just kind of simplifying the numerator and denominator. The denominator is now simplified, so we're done with that. But 12 times -5 is a -60. And from there, we can actually reduce and divide that to become a negative 10. So that is one more advanced type of example. All right, you have some practice problems on your foldables. Take a few minutes, solve those, and then you are done.